Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Cisco here, back on the channel once again. Sitting here twiddling with my phone. I wanted to make a video about one word, one phrase. What's the word for the day, or better yet, what's the phrase for the day? And that will be common sense. I think people, whoever coined the phrase common sense really got it right, and they got it wrong. The sense parts, the S-E-N-S-E, sense. The sense part is right. But the common part, as if, we all have common sense, we don't. I had a job interview this morning. I already had one job. Was looking to get another job since it is pretty much the holiday season, although technically that doesn't start till next month. This is October 9th, 2025. And I had an interview this morning, and walked in there, and all in all, and first question that popped up was like, what's your availability, which I put on the application. Why would you ask a redundant question? I'm like, that's fine, be that as it may. But the second question or the second part of the interview, and this was the fastest interview I ever had in my entire life. Didn't last no more really than 5 minutes. But the second part of the interview, the lady said, what did she say? She said, well, being that you already have a second job, we really won't be able to work you as you would, excuse me, we won't be able to work you the way that you expect. In other words, you won't get as many hours as you think you will, simply because you have another job. And the store doesn't open up to 9 o'clock in the morning, I believe, 9 or 10 in the morning. With me having to be at my other job at 2 p.m., I was like, well, I saw in the questionnaire, when I put in the application and all, that y'all had positions open, early in the morning, roughly, 5 o'clock in the morning, which works good for me. You work like 5 in the morning, get off at 10 or whatever. That's easy. I can do that any day of the week. But she told me they don't do that here. That's strange, because that's what I applied for. That's a stocking position, early morning stocking position. That's very, very strange. Then I'm like, if you don't hire for it, why in the hell do you have it listed on your company website? But I'm like, I've seen people like her before. And it makes you wonder, of course, in every aspect of life, obviously, in jobs and everything, but every avenue of life too, everybody doesn't have common sense. But if you did have common sense, you would fix that, job title, what you're hiring for, on your website, so people don't have the wrong idea and waste their time putting in the application. Now I had to get up. I didn't get up late this morning, or early this morning. That job interview wasn't until 11:30 in the morning. So, and I've been up since like 8, so that's not bad. That ain't bad. But the idea is, I wasted my time, wasted my gas. When you waste your gas, you waste your money. And in today's environment, with this high inflation, some of you call it hyperinflation, I feel used, all that wonderful, I'll put under quotation marks, stuff. A little pissed off, but it is what it is, man. I go out here, apply for another one, just to bring in extra income, if you will. Thought I'd do something over the winter time, or late fall, early winter. Try to make a few extra bucks. But that got me real, I wouldn't say pissed off, but it's got me a little angry, but you bite your tongue, you move on, but I tell you, people nowadays, but this common sense, what we need to do, and what we need to do first of all is, like I say, redefine, well, not redefine, but coin a new phrase. Instead of saying common sense, I don't know what you would call it. Selective sense, I don't know, but I think we should abandon the phrase common sense, because sense is sense, but common sense ain't common. It ain't common among everybody, so I tell you, the way it is out here, boy, ain't no help, because it's gonna be like this tomorrow. So here it is. I laugh it off. I go out here and get something to eat for dinner here. After a while, after an hour or two, go run a couple of places. But I really wanted to put that out there. I mean, people. Of course, I see it on my job. I've seen it on other jobs that I've had over my lifetime. You see it, everyday life. You can be at the grocery store. You can be anywhere. You can be at the concert. You can see anywhere. People ain't got no damn sense. Ain't got no damn sense until after the fact. Until after the fact, something happens. That's when they get sense, if they're, modestly smart. Sometimes people just don't have any sense at all. You tell them shit, they still don't understand. But yeah, it's got me a little ticked off, like I say. But I'll laugh it off. Well, laugh it off a little bit. It's not a bad day today, being that it's October. It's kind of cold, roughly about 70 degrees. Got some wind going on, so it ain't a bad day. It ain't a bad day. But I don't know what's going. It just makes it bad, though. It's like, damn, I could have been doing other stuff. If you're not hiring for what you're saying you're hired for, then why waste my time, my money too, for stuff like this? It's a damn shame, folks. It's a damn shame, but some people out there just don't give a damn. So, hopefully, which I know it won't, it'll get better, but need some people, to teach other people about common sense and how to use common sense. But that's a different topic for a different day. So, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Y'all be good. I'll catch you on the next one.